How's it going, everyone? I'm NotBae, and welcome to my Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Mewtwo guide. This video will focus on Mewtwo's moveset and how he should be played to optimize neutral, combos, and finishers. This video took a lot of work to make, so if you enjoyed it, let me know by leaving a like or comment. One thing to note is that this video will assume you know basic Smash Bros. Terminology and mechanics. If you are struggling to understand the terms that I'm using, I would highly recommend watching Ease Off Smash and his Ultimate Art of Smash series, which will be linked in the description below. He does a great job at explaining all basic mechanics and terminology, and also just makes great content in general. Now without further ado, let's get started. Mewtwo is a complex character who, as of the making of this video, is widely ranked as a mid-tier. Designed around the Glass Cannon archetype, he boasts high movement speed on the ground and in the air, along with a variety of powerful combos and finishers. This power is balanced by Mewtwo being among the top 10 lightest characters in Smash and having a large hurt box, making him easy to combo and even easier to kill. As a result, Mewtwo can be a very polarizing character to play as or against. If you can consistently win neutral, he can compete with characters ranked significantly higher than him. If neutral is lost, however, Mewtwo's weight and size make his disadvantage stay one of the worst in the game. Because of this, knowing neutral and how to play it is huge for this character. This video is an overview on Mewtwo's moves and how they can be used in various game states of Smash. This is not and should not be seen as an end-all be-all guide for Mewtwo. While I am confident in my knowledge on the character, there is still a ton of information I either don't know or haven't optimized yet. If you want to learn Mewtwo as a character, I implore you to take what you learned here as a starting guide and build upon it in your own way. With that out of the way, let's get into Mewtwo's normals. Mewtwo's jab is a single hit that turns into a rapid jab. While not used a ton in neutral, the move comes out fast and can be utilized in specific scenarios, consisting of tech chase, jab locks, and punishing neutral get-up options. The move is not safe on shield, however, and will get punished. Dash attack is a relatively slow lunge forward at the enemy. The move has both a strong and weak hitbox. The strong part is active at the beginning and doesn't have a lot of use other than being a kill move at very high percents. The weak part, however, holds a bit more utility, functioning as a combo starter to fair at early percents or a tech chase to finish off a combo. It can cross up on shield against specific characters, but generally is a pretty committal move and should be reserved to the uses mentioned earlier. Forward tilt is a strong tail attack that is primarily used to kill your opponents at the edge or poke them at range. The move can be angled up, straight, or down depending on how you input the attack, and has 3 different hitboxes. Because it has range, pivot canceling is a good way to gain extra distance on the attack. At early percents, it can be used to put your opponents in a niche tech chase situation. However, it's a pretty slow move and should only be used with the intent of killing your opponent or punishing an unsafe approach. Up tilt makes Mewtwo perform a flip where his tail functions as a combo starter and anti-air. It is great at covering platforms and catching an opponent's landing options. As a combo starter, it can lead into a variety of strings depending on the situation. The attack only combos at low percents, however, and will transition into an exclusive anti-air at higher percents. Down tilt is far and away Mewtwo's most useful tilt in neutral. Being his fastest tilt, the move functions as a primary combo starter and spacing tool. The move has 3 different hitboxes, the 2 closest to Mewtwo being the combo starter, while the tip of the tail is reserved for poking opponents at range. At early percents, down tilt can lead into a neutral air or forward air. At mid percents, it starts comboing into up air. If you want to optimize this combo, however, down tilt, double jump up air, and finish with a forward air. The timing and spacing are pretty specific, but it deals a lot of damage and can potentially kill. You can also combo into a down air for an early spike if the opponent forgets the DI. It can also 2-frame at the ledge, which sets up for early kills. While it is a main combo starter, it should not be spammed on shield, for it is unsafe unless you hit with the tip of the tail. Forward smash is a basic smash attack designed to kill opponents early off the side. Similar to F tilt, it can be angled up, straight, or down depending on how your control stick was angled. It has a sweet spot at the tip of his hands and a sour spot on his arms. It's a big commitment, however, and should only be used for disable punishes, shield breaks, and hard reads. It is safe on shield when spaced properly. Down smash is a psychic strike at the ground in front of Mewtwo. While it is slow, the move is arguably his most useful smash attack since it is safe on shield and most people will be too scared to challenge it during its startup time. It can two-frame people at the ledge and functions as a finisher on disable. Up smash is Mewtwo's fastest smash attack, however its usefulness is completely dependent on the matchup since a significant portion of characters can duck and evade the hitbox. With platforms it can be used as a tech chase, however be mindful on what stages you're playing on since Battlefield and Pokemon Stadium 2 are the only stages where Mewtwo's up smash can reach the platforms. Stages like Smashville, Town and City, and Kalos Pokemon League all have platforms that are too high for Mewtwo to reach. Still, it's an effective out of shield option to kill those who did not space a move correctly. Neutral Air, or as I call it, Jazz Hands, is a multi-hit move that surrounds Mewtwo's body with psychic electricity. It is typically used during combo strings or as a combo starter in certain situations. It is also used to edgeguard, punish get-up options, and one of his few ways to land. It is Mewtwo's primary way to punish cross-ups out of shield, and will often poke shields or punish those that drop early. Mewtwo has arguably the best forward air in the game. With a fast swipe in front, it functions as a combo starter at early percents and a kill move at high. When hitting an opponent's shield, if not spaced properly, you can generally follow up with jabs, or down tilt, spot dodge, or roll depending on how you predict your opponents will act out of shield. The move is safe on shield when spaced well and is one of Mewtwo's primary ways to get off the ledge. If you input a ledge jump, then a double jump, followed by a forward air, Mewtwo puts out a quick hitbox and flies above the opponent to safety. It should not be spammed, however, as a lot of characters will punish you if they read the option. Back air is a slow tail whip with high knockback that is primarily used to edgeguard opponents off stage. It functions as a combo finisher and a niche combo starter, and a great move for sharking, or hitting people beneath the ledge. The move has both a sour and sweet spot, with the sweet spot being at the base of the tail while the sour spot is located at the tip. While a great move for edgeguarding, it should really only be used when Mewtwo is in the advantage state. The move is simply too slow to throw out in neutral unless you are trying to style on your opponents. Down air is a kick to the ground that is meant to spike opponents on sweet spot. It can two-frame opponents trying to recover, and it makes for some montage-worthy gameplay. Other than being a hype finisher to a combo, and a very niche combo starter at early percents, it is Mewtwo's least useful aerial and should be used sparingly. Up air is a tail flip above Mewtwo. Similar to up tilt, the move is useful for covering platforms, landing options, and as a combo starter at early percents. Like back air, up air is great for sharking below the stage. Furthermore, up air is one of Mewtwo's best options for extending a combo, and landing with it can true combo into a down air at mid percents. Before I get into specifics, there is a unique quality about Mewtwo specials that I want to address now, since it applies to all of them. If you input a special right after you double jump, you will cancel all of Mewtwo's upwards momentum. This opens up a ton of options for what you can do on the ledge, along with some movement mix-ups to keep your opponents on their toes. We will get into specifics later in the video, but I want to say this now so I don't have to repeat myself each time we go over each special. Mewtwo's neutral special, Shadow Ball, is a chargeable projectile that increases in damage and knockback the more it is charged. It can be B-reversed and wave bounce on the ground and in the air to mix up your landing options and movements. Shielding, air dodging, and jumping are your primary ways to cancel the charge. You can also cancel your charge by inputting a double jump as soon as you hit the ground, essentially canceling all of landing lag. This cancel can lead into any attack you want, and it can be useful to bait out a movement option or an attack. The other way of canceling a Shadow Ball is by lightly tapping your shield button on the ground, which will stop the charge without bringing up the shield. Shadow Ball functions as a combo starter and kill move. At low percents, a fully charged Shadow Ball will true combo into a forward air, neutral air, and dash attack. At mid percents and higher, an opponent hit with a mid-charged Shadow Ball will have unusually long hit stun, allowing Mewtwo to follow up with a grab or attack. This can be extremely useful at high percents, since the amount of time spent in hit stun increases as percent increases, allowing Mewtwo to follow up with a kill throw or Shadow Claw. A fully charged Shadow Ball will kill at high percents, and depending on character weight, it can also hit certain characters hanging onto the ledge due to its large hitbox. Shadow Ball is Mewtwo's most important tool to master, and should be constantly charging to keep your opponents honest and punish over aggression. Side Special or Confusion is a command grab that punishes those caught in their shield while also being able to reflect projectiles. It can be used to get off the ledge, although it's a hard commitment and will get punished if predicted. It can be used to stall your recovery due to Mewtwo's high double jump. At 140% and higher, it will true combo into a forward air when used in the air. Do not try this below 140% as it is not true and will fail if the opponent inputs an attack or air dodge. And in very niche situations, it can be used as a combo extender. Down Special or Disable is a medium risk high reward move that will stun an opponent that is within range and facing Mewtwo. The time an opponent is stunned will increase as the percent increases. As with any stunning move, mashing will decrease the stun time. If landed at high percents, it is almost certain death, and if landing it at low percents will lead into any combo your heart desires. Other than tech chasing on platforms, there is no known way to combo into Disable. This is essentially Mewtwo's trump card, his way to close out stocks extremely early. While it isn't recommended to spam it, it is safe enough where you will only heed a minimal punish if it is whiffed. Up Special or Teleport is Mewtwo's way of getting back to the stage after a double jump. It is intangible from frames 9 to 19 and is a teleport recovery, meaning it ignores win boxes. If used above the stage and angled down to the ledge, you can eliminate all frames of invulnerability recoveries would normally have. However, this comes at a cost, as teleporting to the ledge below the stage can result in upwards of 4 frames of vulnerability. Other than a useful recovery tool, Teleport can be used to mix up your landings, and it can also be edge cancelled, though the spacing and angles are extremely precise and any miscalculation will usually result in you going to short or plummeting to your doom. Forward throw is your go-to throw for damage. While holding his opponent up, Mewtwo unleashes a barrage of Shadow Balls, each doing around 2%. While unlikely, it can kill opponents at very high percents who DI incorrectly, and it can sometimes miss opponents who DI'd correctly. On heavy characters, this can sometimes combo into a dash attack, though this is only a mix-up and will only work if the opponent does not jump. Back throw will yeet your opponents off stage and is one of Mewtwo's main kill options. At the edge of the stage, it kills extremely early, and even if it doesn't, it will at least put your opponents very far off stage to set up for an edge guard. Down throw is arguably Mewtwo's worst throw, as it does the least amount of damage and doesn't combo into anything if the opponent jumps out. If they don't jump, however, it can lead to a well-timed down tilt or forward tilt. Keep in mind, however, that these are only mix-ups and nothing is guaranteed or true. At around 80 to 100%, if under a platform, down throw can be used to put your opponents in a tech read situation to land a disable hit. Up throw sends your opponents to the sky and is Mewtwo's other kill throw other than back throw. It doesn't combo into anything and should only be used to take a stock. It will KO light opponents past 125%, medium weights at 145, and heavies past 160. Given his moveset, Mewtwo's neutral is primarily based around Shadow Ball and how smart you are in picking your times to go in. He falls between an aggressive and passive playstyle. Most of the time you want to be charging Shadow Ball and spacing with fast fall forward airs, as the options are safe and will pressure your opponents to make a move. However, once you find an opening, you have to go in with a full head of steam and initiate your combos. It's important to find this balance of aggression and passiveness. Play too passively and you'll most likely get overwhelmed, putting you in Mewtwo's awful disadvantage state. Play too aggressively and you'll overextend your combos, resulting in you being put in disadvantage. This takes a lot of time to optimize and understand, so don't be discouraged if you find yourself losing neutral more often than not. If you practice and put in the work, you will see positive results guaranteed. In short, Mewtwo is an explosive character who at times can seem like a top tier. If played correctly, he feels like a top 20 character. If played incorrectly, it feels like he's bottom 10. But this polarizing nature is what makes him so interesting and fun to play in my opinion. I should mention, however, that this is not an easy character to play. His gameplay will not feel natural to a lot of you and will take a lot of time to optimize. However, his moveset, along with being the most badass Pokemon in the world, makes him my personal favorite Smash character, and I will push him to his limits to get him as high on the tier list as he can be. And that concludes my Mewtwo guide. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, again, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing if you would like to see more. If you got a character that you want me to cover next, let me know in a comment below. That's all I have for now, and I will see you all later.